Today I am making some beef stew. This is Ted from Ted and Deb's from the Purbane channel. And I'm going to make some beef stew today. And what I did was I got some flour, got a couple pounds of stew meat, I minced up some garlic, a couple small onions, about 4 cloves of garlic, and I got some potatoes, some celery. There's about 5 carrots here, medium-sized carrots, about 3 stalks of celery, and yeah, I don't know, a couple cups of potatoes. I sliced them up good size. I got a pan getting hot here with some vegetable oil in it. I'm going to take my meat, I'm going to drown it in the flour here. I'm trying to do this and hold on the camera at the same time. I'm going to drop it in here. I'm going to do this with all my meat. I'm going to brown it. I'll try to do it single layer, and if I can't, as I brown it, I'll have to take it out to make room for more. Okay, as you can see, my meat is cooking. And I'm turning it every so often. I want to get it brown on all the sides. Make sure you keep it in all the oil. I'll probably have to do is brown all this, and I'll put it aside in order to brown the rest of it. That's about half of it. Before I start browning my meat, I'll backtrack here for a second. I put some seasonings in there, whatever I had. I had a little bit of Old Bay, and I had a little bit of Lawry's and some pepper, and I put it in here. I kind of let it marinate for several minutes, and then I also put a little bit in the flour, and then after I dredged it in the flour, I put it in the pan. So this will take several minutes to cook all these and get them brown, and then we'll remove them from the heat, and then we'll add the onion and the garlic. Alright, my meat is browning. My meat is browning, and you might have to kind of scrape the bottom of it. You don't want this to start sticking, unless you're going to burn it, but scrape the bottom of it so now that sticks. And I got the first batch of meat already browned. This here will take a few more minutes. I'll let this brown, try to get all the sides browned. And then we'll go ahead and saute the onions and the garlic. Okay, I'm now adding the onions and the garlic to the pot with the meat. The meat's about done. And I'm going to add the rest of the meat back in there. Okay. I added the onions and the garlic to the pot with the meat. The meat's about done. I'm going to add the rest of the meat back in there. I'm going to cook this till the onions and the garlic get soft. I'm sorry about my camera, it keeps steaming up. Get soft. And then we'll add about 8 to 10 cups of water and the vegetables. But we'll just got to keep scraping the bottom too. You don't want none of this to stick. You don't want it to burn. Okay, as you can see, all my onions and garlic are getting all nice and caramelized now. Nothing sticking on the bottom. I was scraping the bottom, and I got it all browned up. Looks pretty good. I'm going to add 8 cups of water to this right now. And I'll probably add about 8 more. Stir it in real good. And what I'll do is add a little bit of beef broth to this also. I don't have any pre-made, so I got to spoon in a couple teaspoons of this. Alright, I got 12 cups of water to this. I'm going to go ahead and put in my potatoes, my carrots, my celery. I'm going to bring it up to high heat. And then, after it gets up to high heat or almost a boil, I'm going to go ahead, turn it down, and let it simmer for a couple hours with the lid on it. And this will thicken up a little bit. Now, if it doesn't thicken up the way you like it, you can also add a can of tomato paste in there if you want towards the end to help thicken it up a little bit if you want. But this isn't looking too bad now. I'll probably add another can of corn or a can of peas towards the end of it. But right now, I'm just going to let it come up to about a boil and turn it down. Just get that nice and hot, then turn it down, let it simmer for about 2 hours. Okay, another thing I'm going to add to this is a couple bay leaves. Alright, my stew came to a boil. I'm going to turn it down to a medium-low. Kind of let it simmer pretty good. Let all the carrots and the celery and the potatoes cook in there. And I'll throw a lid on it. I'll keep an eye on it from time to time. Make sure it don't boil over. But I got it on a low heat now. We'll check it on and off, but it should take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to cook now. Alright, as you see, this has been cooking about 2 hours and 15 minutes. The carrots are done, potatoes are done, celery's done, and the meat's really, really tender. I'm going to add a little corn to this. Can of corn, because I like corn. And I'm going to add some tomato paste to it. I want to thicken it up a little bit, and you really don't even taste the tomato paste in it, but it is a nice thickening agent. I got a 6-ounce can of it. I'll probably just add half of it in and see how it does, and if I need more, I add the other half. I added some peas into this too. And thick it up a little bit more, the way I like it. I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop it out of here. And here. Like I say, the meat's nice and tender, and the corn's done, and potatoes are done, and just like that. I like to have a little bit of Italian bread buttered with it, and there you go.